Let's now bring in, of course, via video link, the MEC for Public Works and Infrastructure in KwaZulu-Natal, the Honourable Mr. Martin Meyer. MEC, on this tragic note, a very good afternoon. We do appreciate you making time for us at this time. Welcome. So let's get your official reaction as Public Works on this matter, as, of course, the oversight body. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having us. And yes, we're obviously very saddened. We take the matter of security and safety of workers and construction sites very seriously as a department. And therefore, we will give all support that we can as a department. We will make our officials, our structural engineers and all of that available if needed, if so requested by eThekwini and by other bodies to help with investigations. And we call on a certain investigation to see what has happened here and to ensure that, that this never happens again. Because if something like this happens, it's important for us to learn from it and to move forward. We're very saddened if that there was a death here, and we hope that the recovery operation of those who are still trapped will happen. And I know that my colleague, MEC Buthelezi, his teams are on site assisting, and he's updating cabinet regularly as well. And Minister McPherson, who's the National Minister of Public Works Infrastructure, has informed me that he's on his way to Durban, and I will visit the site with him tomorrow as well.
MEC, thank you so much for those confirmation. Look, we have so many questions, just as we did, I'm sure you remember, during the George building collapse. Many of those answers still outstanding. MEC, we hear this was actually a worship structure. Was your department aware of this building? That was also under construction? Were you aware of this, of course, of these repairs or renovations that were taking place? As scores of those who've actually spoken to us have confirmed, but we are struggling in actually locating the owners of the building or any relevant information whatsoever that is related to what exactly was taking place before the collapse. What can you assist us with at this particular stage, MEC?
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't have much more information for you. Monitoring building and approving building plans and monitoring that building construction sites are safe is a function of the local government. So that would have been done by eThekwini, and our department will be in touch with eThekwini to assist where we can. We oversee, the municipalities and government projects. A project like these, which is a smaller one, the municipalities themselves oversee. But we will in touch to make sure that all necessary requirements, regulations, and laws have been met. We will also work together with the construction industry, regulators, and other organizations to assist where we can. But on who is building here and if all the safety requirements were met, only the eThekwini municipality at this stage will be able to assist us with those answers.
Let me say maybe a very quick one before I let you go. I mean, what lessons must be derived or learned from this tragic incident, right? Because we have seen quite a rise, in particular in the KZN province, where unsafe buildings are being hijacked and illegally occupied. I'm not saying this was specifically the matter in relation to this case, as of course those investigations continue.
Yeah, I think one thing that's very important is that we have to look and update our building requirements, and we're looking at that as a department to look at the much worse adverse weather that we're seeing. Durban has been suffering from extremely high winds over the last 2 days, and I'm not saying that the winds caused this. Of course, that will have to be investigation. But with all the climate change and the different winds, rains, storms we're seeing now, I think also the way we build and our building safety regulations, scaffolding, all of that needs to be updated. We need to change, and we need to make sure that we learn from these lessons as the climate and the world around us is changing. Also, I think it's very important for us to be quite strict on contractors and on builders to make sure that all safety regulations is followed. I don't want to preempt what the outcome of investigation will be. Of course, those investigations do take some time, but I think once that is done from the George one, I have read the George report after Minister McPherson released it. I think there's a lot of valuable lessons there, and we really need to all make sure that we get ahead of the curve. We don't become reactionary. We have to become proactive in making sure that we update the regulations to those in the construction industry to ensure the safety. Because unfortunately, it's not people in boardrooms that get injured when things like this happen. It's the workers on site that gets injured and lose their lives. And we have to ensure that those sites are safe and that no one loses their lives where new buildings happen.
Absolutely. MEC, just one quick one. I mean, the location of this building also raises quite a lot of questions, right? It is a structure that is seemingly in the middle of nowhere, far from residential areas. So, I mean, are you even aware if there was any submissions? I know that you're saying that you don't necessarily oversight in this regard, but were you even aware if this land was even able or supposed to be built upon by those that were actually conducting these constructions there?
Yeah, and we handle this with sensitivity. We know that this is a religious site, and KZN being a multiple religious province, we respect that people must worship in their way, and that they need their buildings where they do worship, and that needs to be respected at all times. But building regulations count for everyone and need to be followed by everyone. Again, that's something we will be in touch with the eThekwini about, whether plans were submitted, and I've already requested the department to see who actually owns this land, whether it's public land or private land, because that will also just guide us on the way forward.
Thank you so much, MEC, for taking your time and engaging with us this afternoon and giving us some of those clarity answers that we've been seeking. MEC for Public Works with a response on the Verulam building collapse. That is, of course, MEC Martin Meyer.